Good morning. I hereby call to order the second meeting of the Pennsylvania Public Utility Commission for the year 2023. I want to welcome everyone that is here with us in person and also those that are watching us on our live stream. I ask that you please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. As a reminder, at today's meeting, which is open to the public, the Commission will act on various matters. There's no opportunity for the public to address the Commission at these public meetings. The public meeting motions, statements, and video will be available on the Commission's website later today. Our first matter for consideration on the agenda is the approval of the minutes for December 22nd, 2022, and I turn to Vice Chairman DeFrank, who is the editor.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I have reviewed the minutes of the public meeting of December 22nd, 2022, and move that they be approved as submitted. Thank you.
You have heard the motion for approval. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Yonora. Any discussion? Any edits? Hearing none. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye. Aye.
Any opposed? The minutes are approved 5-0. Now we will turn it over to the Commission Secretary, Rosemary Chiavetta, who will lead us through this morning's agenda.
Good morning, Madam Chairman. Good morning, Commissioners. Your bureaus and offices have prepared the following agenda items for your consideration. Therefore, let us begin on page 1 with the recommendation of Director Bechtel and the Bureau of Consumer Services that the Commission adopt the proposed order for PPL Electric Utilities proposed 2023-2027 Universal Service and Energy Conservation Plan.
Is there a motion to adopt this staff recommendation?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Zerfis, second by Vice Chairman DeFrank. Any discussion?
Madam Chair?
Commissioner Zerfis.
Madam Chair, I have a statement. Madam Secretary, if you can please add it to the public record. I will read it as if I read it in its entirety, and I will try to be brief. But before us for consideration today is the Universal Service and Energy Conservation Plan for 2023-2027 of PPL Electric Utilities Corporation. The plan contains 4 major components designed to help low-income customers maintain utility service. These are 1, On Track, which provides discounted bills and/or arrearage forgiveness for low-income residential customers. 2, Winter Relief Assistance Program, which provides weatherization and usage reduction services to help low-income customers reduce their energy usage and utility bills. 3, Customer Assistance and Referral Evaluation Services Program, which provides referral services and account credits for customers experiencing a temporary hardship. And 4, Operation Help, which provides financial assistance to income-eligible customers who are unable to pay the full amount of their energy bills due to a temporary hardship. The On-Track program, as revised by this opinion and order, contains significant enhancements, such as the increase in the average monthly credit for nearly all On-Track income tiers. Also, the proposed increases in minimum On-Track payments will likely be offset by the elimination of other related fees to participate. However, I am concerned about the proposed revisions to the On-Track recertification timeframes. The data provided by PPL shows that in 2018 and 2019, less than half of On-Track customers removed for failure to recertify returned to the program within 6 months. Due to its realignment of the program, the company proposes more frequent recertification periods for On-Track customers. Recertification of regular On-Track customers, those customers who do not receive LIHEAP or SSI, will change from every 18 months to every 12 months, and recertification for On-Track customers receiving LIHEAP and SSI would change from every 36 months to every 24. Those reporting no income or less than their rent or mortgage would change from 9 months to 6 months. In this area, I agree with the comments of the Office of Consumer Advocate regarding PPL's recertification rates and the recommendation that the company develop strategies to address barriers to recertification. Moreover, I emphasize the directive in this opinion and order requiring PPL to work with its Universal Service Advisory Committee to evaluate the reasons customers fail to recertify for on-track and the resulting impact on customer payments, disconnections, and the arrearages. I strongly encourage PPL to make this consultation and evaluation process a priority, and I would like to see this issue addressed by all stakeholders in the Commission's pending universal service rulemaking. Finally, I just wanted to commend the Commission's Bureau of Consumer Services and the Law Bureau for their comprehensive work in evaluating the plan and the input of all the various stakeholders in this proceeding. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Zerfs. Any further discussion?
Madam Chair,
Vice Chairman DeFrank.
I'd like to associate my comments, or myself, with Commissioner Zerfus' comments.
Thank you very much. Any further comments or discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor, please say aye.
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 Aye. Any opposed? The motion passes 5-0.
Turning to page 2, and matters presented by Director Sophie and the Office of Special Assistance. It is recommended that the Commission adopt the investigation and joint settlement by the Bureau of Investigation and Enforcement versus the National Fuel Gas Distribution Corporation.
Is there a motion to adopt this staff recommendation?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Coleman, second by Vice Chairman DeFrank. Any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? The motion passes 5-0.
Madam Chairman, it should be noted that the second item on page 2, the informal investigation regarding the Duquesne Light Company, has been postponed to the public meeting of March 2nd, 2023. Turning to page 3, it is recommended that the Commission adopt the proposed opinion and order in the application of SA Services and its petition for reconsideration.
Is there a motion to adopt this staff recommendation?
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Zerfus, second by Commissioner Yunura. Any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? The motion passes 5-0.
Turning to page 4, in matters presented by Director Diskin and the Bureau of Technical Utility Services. It should be noted, Madam Chairman, that the first item on page 4, the petition filed by the Office of Consumer Advocate, Small Business Advocate, and the Pennsylvania Utility Law Project, has been postponed to the public meeting of March 2nd, 2023. Continuing at the bottom of page 4, it is recommended that the Commission adopt in an omnibus motion, beginning with the application of Aqua Pennsylvania Wastewater to acquire assets in Penn Township, Chester County, and continuing the omnibus to include both items on page 5 and both items on page 6, both items on page 7, both items on page 8, both items on page 9, both items on page 10, both items on page 11, and ending and including the omnibus with the single item on page 12, the tentative order canceling certain motor carrier certificates of public convenience.
Is there a motion to adopt the staff recommendations?
So moved.
Is there a second? Second. Motion by Commissioner Yunura, second by Vice Chairman DeFrank. Any discussion on any of the matters in the omnibus? Hearing none. All those in favor, please say aye.
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 Aye. Any opposed? The motion passes 5-0.
Turning to page 13, in matters presented by Chief Counsel Hicks and the Law Bureau. Madam Chairman, it should be noted that the proposed order in the petition filed by the Office of Consumer Advocate for clarification and reconsideration of the distribution system improvement charge under Act 11 has been postponed until the public meeting of March 2nd, 2023. Turning to page 14, and matters presented by Chief ALJ Rainey and the Office of Administrative Law Judge. It is recommended that the Commission adopt the initial decision of ALJ Coogan in the formal complaints of Thomas and Elizabeth Burkamp et al. Versus the Metropolitan Edison Company.
Is there a motion to adopt this staff recommendation?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Motion by Vice Chairman DeFrank, second by Commissioner Coleman. Any discussion? I do have a motion I'd like to offer in discussion and ask that Vice Chairman DeFrank please preside.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I recognize you for your motion.
Thank you very much. I ask that my motion be spread into the record in its entirety. Before the Commission for consideration and disposition are the consolidated complaints filed by Thomas and Elizabeth Burkamp, Jeffrey and Gretchen Moyer, and Clarence D. Geis Jr., varying that they are having reliability, safety, and quality problems with the electric distribution service provided by Metropolitan Edison Company, or MEDED. All of them allege numerous service outages occurring over the last 30 years. As relief, the complainants request that MEDED update equipment, install more switches, and perform extensive tree trimming. At the evidentiary hearing held on September 14, 2022, MEDED submitted documentation of 46 power outages at the complainants' service addresses from January 18th through September 2022. Of the 46 outages, 4 were caused by line or company equipment failure, 4 were caused by unknown reasons, 2 were caused by right-of-way trees, 35 were caused by off right-of-way trees, and 1 was a forced outage. MEDED testified that the improvements it has made to the complainant's service may have prevented or minimalized the service interruptions experienced by the complainants. MEDED explained that the topography, of the circuit, i.e. the wetlands, hampers the crew's abilities to access and remove vegetation. Additionally, MEDED averred that the company has limited ability to remove off right-of-way vegetation, and the majority of outages occurred during some kind of inclement weather. MEDED stated that cycle maintenance is currently in progress for the portion of the circuit near complainants' residences. Although MEDED describes steps it has taken to remedy the outages, as noted by the presiding administrative law judge, it is not clear that those steps are leading to a decrease in outages. Specifically, 7 of the outages were in 2018, 11 were in 2019, 8 were in 2020, 16 were in 2021, and 8 were in 2022, as of the hearing on September 14, 2022. The ALJ found that the record of this proceeding shows that MEDED has taken various steps regarding updating equipment and vegetation management to improve service to the complainants. The ALJ held that although the annual number of outages does not appear to be clearly decreasing, the record also does not contain substantial evidence that MEDED is providing unreasonable and inadequate service and therefore violating the Public Utility Code, a commission order or regulation, or a commission-approved tariff as it relates to the complainant's service. As such, the ALJ dismissed the formal complaints. I agree that the complainants were unable to prove with the facts entered into the record that MEDED violated any rule and that the complaint must be denied. However, the sheer number of outages occurring within a 5-year period is troubling to me. In an effort to facilitate a solution for these complainants, I will refer this matter to the reliability staff in the Commission's Bureau of Technical Utility Services for a review of the outages, including those caused by the off right-of-way trees. As noted by the ALJ, allegations regarding outages caused by off right-of-way trees are not automatically rejected by the Commission. In other words, the utility is not exonerated of fault by the fact that the trees are located out of the right-of-way. I ask that TUS Reliability report back with any findings or recommendations for improving the electric distribution service rendered to the complainant. Therefore, I move that 1, the formal complaint filed by Thomas and Elizabeth Burkamp on December 23, 2019, at docket number C 2019-301-5097 is dismissed. 2, the formal complaints filed by Jeffrey and Gretchen Moyer on December 23, 2019, at docket number C-2019-301-5098 and C-2019-301-5099 are dismissed. 3, the formal complaint filed by Clarence D. Geist on December 23, 2019, at docket number C-2019-3015100 is dismissed. 4, this matter be referred to the Bureau of Technical Utility Services, the Reliability Section, for further review to culminate in the issuance of a report at this consolidated docket within 9 months of entry of this opinion and order. 5, the Tufts Reliability Report shall be served on the complainants. And 6, the Office of Special Assistance shall prepare an opinion and order consistent with this motion.
We've heard the motion from Chairman Dutrell. Is there a second?
Second.
Motion by Chairman Dutrell, second by Commissioner Zerfus. On the motion, is there any discussion? Seeing none, we'll now vote on the motion. Those in favor, please vote by saying aye. Those opposed, say nay.
Aye.
The ayes have it by a vote of 5-0. On the matter as amended by the motion, is there any objection to taking the previous roll call? Seeing none, the matter passes by a vote of 5-0 as amended by the motion. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you.
Continuing on page 14, it is recommended that the Commission adopt the initial decision of ALJ Collins in the formal complaint of ProCo Properties versus PPL Electric Utilities.
Is there a motion to adopt this staff recommendation?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Motion by Vice Chairman DeFrank, second by Commissioner Yunora. Any discussion?
Madam Chairman,
Vice Chairman DeFrank.
I have a joint statement on this motion with Commissioner Zerfus. We ask that our statement be placed on the record as if it has been read in its entirety. On December 6, 2022, the Office of Administrative Law Judge issued a decision of Administrative Law Judge Sharice Z. Collins in this matter. The decision dismissed the complaint of ProCo Properties, Incorporated, against PPL Electric Utilities Corporation. As noted in the decision, ProCo is registered with the Pennsylvania Department of State as an active corporation. As a corporation, ProCo is required to be represented by counsel in commission proceedings. As a result, the ALJ correctly dismissed the complaint after ProCo was directed to have counsel enter an appearance on their behalf, but did not do so. This decision presents an opportunity to highlight the small business mediation program within the Office of Administrative Law Judge. There is nothing in the record that indicates that this case was referred to the small business mediation program. Small businesses are not required to have an attorney to participate in this program. The program allows businesses with fewer than 250 employees to meet with an independent third-party mediator in OALJ to resolve a conflict without additional cost of hiring an attorney or conducting a formal proceeding. The Commission strongly encourages settlements. The Commission has established mediation services to provide a less costly and more timely alternative to obtaining a resolution. Utilities are encouraged to participate in the small business mediation program when complainants are required to be represented by counsel but are not. The parties can then proceed in good faith to amicably and expeditiously resolve disputes, thereby lowering costs for all parties involved and helping the Commission function more efficiently and economically. Thank you, Madam Chairman.
Thank you, Vice Chairman DeFrank, for the joint statement. You and Commissioner Zerfus, any further discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? The motion passes 5-0.
Turning to page 15, it is recommended that the Commission adopt the initial decision of ALJ Johnson in the formal complaint of Robert and Patsy Redinger versus the Pennsylvania Electric Company.
Is there a motion to adopt this staff recommendation?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Zerfus, second by Vice Chairman DeFrank. Any discussion? I do have a motion, a joint motion that I'm going to offer. I turn it over to Vice Chairman DeFrank to preside.
Thank you, Madam Chairman. I now recognize you for your motion.
Thank you very much. I would like to offer a joint motion on behalf of Vice Chairman DeFrank and myself, and I will be reading it I ask the entire motion be spread upon the record as if I read it in its entirety, but I will abbreviate the motion. On April 22nd, 2022, the Reddingers filed a complaint against Penelec seeking review of the Bureau of Consumer Services, or BCS, informal decision entered on March 18th, 2022, which granted complainants a payment arrangement on their account balance in the amount of $10,483.36. In 2022, complainants made 2 payments on their electric account, one payment in July and another payment in August. The presiding ALJ determined that complainants' poor payment history, combined with their outstanding delinquent account, does not warrant granting the request for a commission payment arrangement agreement. The complaint was dismissed with prejudice. We submit this motion to amend the initial decision because the complainants were eligible for a commission PAR, yet one was not awarded. We are not discounting the record evidence that complainants' lack of payments has resulted in an account balance totaling $10,968.37 as of August 3rd, 2022. Complainants requested and received medical certificates in July of 2016 and August of 2021 to maintain their electric service. Complainant Robert Redinger is employed and another member of the household receives disability income. The size of the arrearage will present a challenge given the household income. However, as complainants have not defaulted on a commission PAR, they should be afforded this final opportunity to pay down the subject arrearages over the applicable number of months in accordance with Section 1405 of the Public Utility Code. Thus, this motion seeks to ensure that these complainants are afforded payment arrangement opportunities akin to similarly situated ratepayers in arrears on utility balances. We caution the complainants to adhere to this PAR because it is the best arrangement the Commission can grant under Chapter 14. Because the arrearage is large, we also anticipate that Penelec will timely utilize all available collection methods if the complainants fail to adhere to this payment arrangement. Therefore, we move that the initial decision dated December 7, 2022 be amended to grant complainants' requests for commission payment arrangement. 2, that the matter be remanded back to the Office of Administrative Law Judge for the limited purpose of reopening the record in order to receive evidence to assist in determining the appropriate payment arrangement. 3, the Office of Special Assistance shall prepare an opinion order consistent with this motion. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Madam Chair. We've heard the motion from Chairman Dutrell. Is there a second?
Second.
Motion made by Chairman Dutrell, second by Commissioner Zerfus. On the motion, is there any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor, please vote by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, nay. The motion passes by a vote of 5-0. On the matter as amended, is there any objection to taking the previous roll call? Seeing none, the matter passes as amended by the motion by a vote of 5-0. I did it right this time. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Continuing at the bottom of page 15, it is recommended that the Commission adopt the recommended decision of ALJ Watson, adopting a full settlement in the proposed rate proceeding filed by the Leatherstocking Gas Company.
Is there a motion to adopt this staff recommendation?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Coleman, second by Commissioner Yunora. Any discussion?
Madam Chair?
Commissioner Zerfus.
Madam Chair, Madam Secretary, I have a statement. I would like it added to the public record, please. I will read it as if I read it in its entirety. I will try to be brief, and I might digress a little bit towards the end, so I appreciate your patience. But before the Commission today is the unanimous joint petition for full settlement of the rate proceeding of Leatherstocking Gas, LLC. Leatherstocking originally proposed an annual revenue increase of $701,200. In the settlement agreed upon by the company, the Commission's Bureau of Investigation and Enforcement, the Office of Consumer Advocate, and the Office of Small Business Advocate, The total revenue increase will be $645,000 once fully phased in, which is a lesser amount than originally requested. The settlement does maintain the existing fixed monthly charge for residential customers at $20, which is a positive. However, residential customers will experience a significant increase in their monthly bills in the first year of the phase-in. Commencing in year one, the monthly bill of a residential customer is expected to increase by 48.9%, and commencing in year two, the expected increase is about 7.9%. The company serves approximately 450 customers in Susquehanna and Bradford counties, and its rate increase filing is its first since beginning operations in Pennsylvania in 2013. So when the new rates go into effect, nearly 10 years would have lapsed since its initial request and approval by the Commission. I'm concerned about this gap in filing because it will be a significant contributing factor to the expected bill increases. Now, in its testimony, the company did testify as to why, and I completely understand the rationale given. The proposed 2-year phase-in appears to be an attempt to help alleviate some of the rate impact of the proposed increase. Nonetheless, the anticipated monthly bill increases will likely be a shock and hardship for many customers in Susquehanna and Bradford counties, where the median income, according to 2021 census data, is $59,391 and $54,383, respectively. I fully understand the need for the company to be able to recover costs associated with providing safe and reliable services to its customers, and I recognize the fact that the company fulfilled what was required of it by statute and regulations. I appreciate that before the Commission is an uncontested settlement agreement, and when a public input hearing was held in September of 2022, no customers provided testimony. However, given the rising costs of everything from diapers to food to energy, a 48% increase on working families and seniors in 1 year alone is a difficult outcome to reconcile. In this settlement agreement, at least I would have preferred maybe to have seen either a longer phase-in of increased rates, given the long gap between the rate case filings, or the percentage impact to customers more evenly divided between the 2 years. Overall, however, the settlement does help to minimize the heavy rate case expense that would have been borne by ratepayers if it went into a full-blown litigation. I will be voting to approve the settlement without modification, but I struggled with this one. The company did everything it was supposed to. I recognize that. I'm saying it. I understand it. It's an uncontested settlement where the alternative outcome could have been worse. But 48% to folks back home is tough. I don't know where families are going to get it. I hope this is the last increase of this kind that I see, and quite frankly, I hope I don't get to the point in my life where I am desensitized to struggling with these kinds of decisions in our decision making. So again, I will be voting to approve the settlement without modification. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Commissioner Zerfus. Any further discussion or comments? Hearing none. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? The motion passes 5-0.
Madam Chairman, that concludes the regular agenda. Turning now to the carry-in. On page 1 of the carry-in agenda, it is recommended by the Law Bureau that the Commission adopt the proposed order regarding the petition for reconsideration filed by the Philadelphia Gas Works and its 2023 Universal Service and Energy Conservation Plan.
Is there a motion to adopt this staff recommendation?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Motion by Vice Chairman DeFrank, second by Commissioner Unora. Any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? The motion passes 5-0.
Madam Chairman and Commissioners, that concludes all agenda items to be considered today.
Thank you very much. Before we close out of today's meeting, I would like to recognize February as Black History Month and give some comments. As we begin February, which includes many different Black History Month activities, I want to take a few moments to consider the title of Black Resistance, which is the theme for this year's national observance. Resistance is a key element in progress Black people we have made in the continuing push for social and economic equity and justice. The advances we have made are the direct result of the strength of current and past generations and their courage to resist. Resistance and progress are two sides of the same coin, because to resist what is wrong or unjust is to champion justice for all, and that brings true progress for anyone. As the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King declared so clearly and so eloquently, injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. We are caught in an inescapable network of mutuality, tied in a single garment of destiny, whatever affects one directly affects all indirectly. Resistance is not easy, and resistance may not be quick. It takes continued effort to push through barriers of injustice that have been in place for a long time. But do not underestimate the power of resistance as a force for change. A drop of water over time can carve through the hardest rock, and the same applies to us. One voice or one small act of resistance can unleash a flood of other voices and actions which collectively wash away the walls of cruelty and indifference. We are surrounded by a world filled with suffering and torn by violence, but we are also surrounded by people doing their best every day to help and heal and bring peace. Those brave people who resist the darkness and strive to carry light wherever they go are the best of us, and we must join them. It is inherent for us to all push back, to resist with all our might against the forces of oppression, discrimination, and prejudice. Working together as individuals, groups, congregations, businesses, and institutions, we can continue the fight for freedom, justice, and equality, and continue to transform our society, our country, and our world. The Commonwealth of Pennsylvania's Multi-Agency Black History Month Committee is hosting a virtual Black History Month program on February 23rd at noon. The event will focus on the 2023 national theme of Black resistance, developed by the Association for the Study of African American Life and History. We would like for all of you to attend, so please register. You can do that by going onto the PUC's website. We wish everyone a Black History Month, a happy Black History Month. And with that, we have no further items to come before us, so I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Is there a second? Motion by Vice Chairman DeFrank, second by Commissioner Yonora. All those in favor of adjourning, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? We are adjourned. Thank you, everyone.